Hey there, happy Monday. Thanks for joining me tonight for a craft night with friends. My name's Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So last week we finished the owl embroidery, and this week we are going to start up the little pig embroidery. So we'll transfer the design to the fabric and start stitching tonight. So thanks again. All right. I'm going to scooch over here. All right. So this is our new design. Here's our owl. If you guys missed the final owl, we have a little like sunset going on there, and the dots turned out so cute. I'm just really happy with how it turned out. So I'm hoping later this week we can quilt that. All right, let's get the pattern out. Little piggy. All right, so I'm going to leave this guy out just as a reference for colors. And there's a traceable pattern, but we are going to iron on transfer it, so I need the iron me pattern. All right, and let's trim off that iron me text from there. And we'll get ready to press this guy. All right, so I should be able to use this guy like up to 5 times or so, so I'm going to save it when we're done. All right, let's get a pressing mat underneath here. There we go. And I'm also going to put a little paper towel down underneath the fabric just to protect the surface of my pressing mat. I don't want the design to transfer all the way through. So, all right. First step, I'm going to preheat this fabric just by ironing it, and then we'll put the pig, we'll kind of center it with the ink side down and give it a little press. I think probably right like there. All right. I like standing up for this, so just preheating the fabric. You definitely don't want to skip this step. It transfers a ton better if you preheat first. All right, and now face down, get it relatively center, and now I'm just going to kind of set it on there, count to about 5, scooch it over to the other part. Let's see how it transferred. Ooh, we still got a little bit, so I'm going to go back over. I don't want to wiggle the fabric or the paper too much because it'll make our lines wiggly. I think we're looking pretty dang good. There we go. A little light on the ear up there, but I can definitely see it perfectly, so no problem. So this I'm going to set aside, and we can use that again later. And we have our design transferred. So I'm going to grab my hoop. Oh, it's just, Molly, this is it's just an iron-on transfer from some patterns that we had made a bunch of years ago, and it's iron-on ink, so it's actually just like a normal piece of paper. So we got them produced by a printer who does iron-on work about 10 years ago. This is an old project, and we've never stitched through the whole alphabet, so that is our goal for this year. And we're going in alphabetical order, and we're all the way to the letter P. Oh, Anne said I should give him wings. That would actually be kind of cute. Where would the wings go? Like right there, maybe. Well, we'll stitch them up first and then see. But that's kind of funny. I like that idea. Oh, Deborah says this piggy is so cute. All right, so I'm just kind of stretching it in here a little bit just so that there's no like wiggly spots. I think we're good enough right there. All right, so here's my little bin of threads that we've been using for this project. We have gone through quite a bit, so let's see where we want to go. I think I want to still do it pink like this. We used a little bit of that hot pink last week, and I think it'd be fun to keep using that. I'm going to start with the outline. last week we didn't start with the outline, and I just felt like, man, didn't get to feel like I got a lot done right away, and I want to feel like I get a lot done right away. So these are all pretty little scraps of this pink. Here's a little piece. Oh, here, maybe I can put this with the... This is a single piece. I can put this with these two pieces. Really scrounging to use my scraps first. Alright, so I'm stitching with 3 strands, so we'll start with this little piece. It's a bit shorter than what I would normally start out with, but I think that's okay. I get to feel like I used a scrap first, so that's nice. Alright, ooh, and let's get our little needle minder on here too. You can live down here today, I think. Alright. Trying to think of where to start first. So we do have some satin stitched little toes, and his nose is satin stitched as well. So normally I want to satin stitch that before I do the back stitch around it. So maybe I'll start like real close to that, get this little area, and then start up here, because then I can weave in the backs of these stitches and do those satin stitches. I think that's a little bit of a plan. And I'm going to do that cheater way where I leave a stitch out. So I'm going to go from the front to back. And I'm going to just leave a little piece out here. That's enough to make one more stitch and weave in the end. And now I'm going to do a back stitch. I'm going to just go over the top of this nose. This is maybe a little goofy, but I'm trying to solve the issue of like doing the satin stitch first, but wanting to have some stitches to weave in the backs of. So we are going to just get the little top of this here. Let's scooch you guys a hair. All right. Oops. Pulled the needle wrong way. So let me know how your guys' weekend was. My parents came over, so that was nice. All right. I think we'll do one more stitch here, and then I'm going to just jump up and start this top line here. And I'll just go till my thread is gone. And then I think I'm going to come back to this nose and do the satin stitches in there. And we'll use just that little light pink, I think. So I'm kind of doing it to the colors, to the original colors. Oh, Arlene says you changed your nails. Love them. Yep, I did. They were getting pretty bad again, so it was time to do it. I did that this weekend. And I'm like, I'm doing this pig. I need to have some cute pink nail polish on. So we're matching it a little bit. This actually matches the this other color, which we'll use for the nose. Ooh, Amy says, good evening. Thanks for the loot with my order. Ooh, you're welcome. Yeah, any orders placed during the live that are $20 or more, I will throw in a mystery gift. However, we just sent an email out today that says don't buy anything this week. So if you can, hold off this week, because we're going to have a super duper huge kit sale next week. So keep an eye on the newsletter for that, and we'll announce more as the week goes by. So, but I recommend, if you're wanting a kit, to hold off a little bit. It won't include the embroidery of the month, but all of our other kits are going to be super duper discounted. I like this little bright pink. But if there's other things you want to load up on, like pens or floss or anything like that, fabric, order $20 or more, and I'll throw in a free mystery gift. And Sharon says, hello, Alyssa and everyone. This little pig is so cute. Yeah, I think this one's going to go really quickly. Hey, Cassie. Cassie talks. Okay, so I'm going to do one more here. Just trying to think of I got just a little bit left of this. I'm trying to think of like what's the best path for me. I'm kind of thinking of going straight up this line here because then I won't have to go up that line later and I can just come up and down right away, which would be nice. I like this nail polish with my tie-dye shirt too. I feel fancy today. All right, I think we can get these 2 more last stitches in here, just barely, and that'll be a good spot to end our first bit of pink. Oh, shoot, lost my thread. Lost my thread. Yeah, I'm using the needle minder, or the needle threader tonight. Let's thread our needle through that wire. Thread the floss through the needle minder, and then pull the needle back through. I'm not messing around tonight. Let's just get her done with the needle threader. Alright, so I'm going to weave in the end here. Oops. And back this way. There we are. Alright, so I want to go back to that, those the little noses. Oh, but I got to do that front part here. So we got to do, remember I left a little thread hanging on the front? I got to finish that stitch, so we'll do one more stitch. There we go. And now we can weave in that end too. And then we'll start the satin stitch on his little nosy. I wonder if I have any of the light pink pulled. Or the light pink in my little roster of used stuff here. Doesn't look like it. So no light pink. So we'll get a fresh piece of light pink. I think I'm going to do the two strands. So I'm going to just get my normal like 24 inches or so. And we'll pull 2 strands out of here. Oh, Robin's asking, are you cold? We were over 100 degrees today here in Texas. Oh my goodness. Wow. No, I think it was, I mean, it was cold these last few days. I mean, cold if you can consider like, you know, I don't know, 60s cold. It was colder than it has been. But it was kind of, oops, I only need 2. It was kind of just like beautiful too. It was really nice. It's supposed to heat up again to like the 80s this week. All right, getting our threads together again. So I'm going to weave in the backs of these stitches up here. We'll get one side, then we'll just kind of, actually I think I'll start here. We'll go up and then over and then down. I think that'll do the job. Okay, so weave in the backs of these stitches. And the reason I want to do the satin stitch now before doing more outlines is because this satin stitch is outlined in the dark pink. And it's really hard to do satin stitches when you got other stitches in the way. So I want to get those done first. But I also wanted some stitches, some back stitches here, so we could, I'm going to draw the lines in, so we could have some stitches to weave into the backs of. All right, I'm going to just draw some shapes here, or some lines. I'm going to do like just horizontal satin stitch. So I'm just drawing some little parallel horizontal lines as guides for me. That'll help me out. I'll start at 1 think I'm going to go this way too. That kind of, wait, what did I like better last time? Right to left? I think I liked right to left. So I'm going to cut across, and I'm stabbing. Putting the needle in between my two threads, because then hopefully they will just lie next to each other really nicely. I always kind of liked starting at a line and going down to kind of like the point, even though it's not like a real point, but the little skinny part of the oval. Ooh, I can hear all the planes leaving. We've had just like really nice kind of fall weather though. It's been nice. All right, I think that's good. Now let's go up, finish the top. I'm trying to go a little bit over my line. Oh, I guess I don't really need to. I was going to say I'm going over my line a little bit so it's hidden, but we're going around this with the back stitch again, so it doesn't really matter. Our back stitch will cover it up. So I'm not going to worry about it as much. Oop. A little loop. There we go. So after this little nose, we'll cruise around and do all the rest of the top. Oh, I think we'll have to get more floss for that. Kind of used up the last little workable piece that I can do 3 strands with. And again, the satin stitch here, I'm just doing 2 strands so I can do that splitting of it. So little by little, this will be our project for this week. All right, and then I'm going to just scooch over the top of the backs of these stitches on the top of this nose, and then we'll go from top to bottom, I think. Kind of like to do the same thing when I get down here, get those little satin stitch feet, and maybe I'll have like a needle going for a satin stitch and one for back stitch to go over it when I'm done. That'd be kind of fun. Slow going with the satin stitch again, but that's why I wanted to get a little bit of the back stitch in. Oh, Arlene's asking, what determines horizontal versus vertical when satin stitching? I think you can just basically do whatever you want. Maybe there's a clear-cut rule. I'm not positive. If going vertical ended up being like really big stitches, or any direction that ends up being super big stitches, I would not necessarily do that, because then you'll get like a bunch of loose stitches. I guess it was just kind of my first instinct to do it horizontal. I probably could have done it vertical. These aren't that big of spaces to fill. And it would have gone a little faster, but oh well. All right, I'm going to let my needle dangle a little bit. I guess it's not that twisty. All right, so that guy's done. I'm going to just go over the top here. There. And we're going to come back down on this nostril. So I'm just getting that first line, and we'll go up first, and then we'll get all the ones underneath. There we go. All right. Arlene says preference. Got it. Yeah, I mean, that's just my initial guess. I'm thinking, like, if we dug deep into, like, embroidery, like, master schooling sort of stuff, I'm sure there's a reason to do it one way or the other. I mean, I don't know. There might be. For me, it's preference though, and I kind of like if I'm doing like a bunch of berries or something, I like varying it. So like one will be like horizontal, one will be like diagonal. So each berry is a little different, or each, we did that for the garden with the stones. Each stone we did it at a different angle, and I thought that was kind of fun. This was an original drawing. So this is, yeah, my design. That was made like over 10 years ago. So we broke them out of the vault or whatever. They were around. But we decided to get the whole alphabet out and have it be one of our kind of big projects this year. Stitching through the whole alphabet. Then we're going to auction off the quilts, and then the money for that auction will go to the Minneapolis Crisis Nursery. That won't be till like spring, early summer of 2023, I'm thinking. We got a little ways to go yet, and we gotta get it in a quilt format yet. Although we have a good start on that, because we are doing the quilt as you go process, so we do have all the little letters quilted. They're just not connected to each other, so we gotta like connect all our squares with like a binding and that whole process. So we haven't started that yet. But if this goes quickly, maybe we can start that this week. We'll see. All right, this is it. Phew, all right, I'm gonna weave in that end, and let's get some of the dark pink out again and get going on that. Got a nice little bit of pink here that we can use later. I think the mushroom has some pink on it. Okay, now I gotta get a fresh piece of the dark pink. We're running low. We're running low on a lot of our colors, so I can get another skein out, but we can get creative with some of this too, I think. So I'm getting 3 strands now again for the outline. There we go. Okay. I think we'll be using that other piece too. Alright, and I think my needle is back here. And I'll just weave in right away too. So I think I'm going to weave in to the backs of the stitches here, and then we'll go around this ear, and then we'll be like back on track for the back. Hey, Noeline. Caitlin and Clear is asking, how did I learn to embroider? So it started with cross stitch for me. I did a bunch of cross stitches when I was little, and it's funny, I just found a whole pile of them again, and they're all like, like Christmas ornaments, and then like some, big nature pieces, and none of them are like done. I got like a couple things here and there done. So it basically started there, and I'm not quite sure when went into embroidery. One of those, when I was going through those old cross-stitch pieces, one of them was embroidery, and I did have some stitches on there. But then I started it up again in like right after college, basically, or I don't know, a few years after college. I wanted to just draw more again, but I love crafting. And so drawing and embroidery just seemed to fit like super duper well together. I could draw stuff and then stitch it up when I was done. So that was kind of the start of Penguin and Fish. Amy says I should draw it with wings too. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun to sketch some wings on here. Trying to figure out like where they go because it's such a funny shaped little guy. One would have to go like here and like off the back there maybe. I'll have to sketch it on a different piece and then carry it over maybe. So we'll stitch it all up first and then we'll see if we want to add some wings to it, but that would be pretty cute. Oh man, I just feel like there's bugs everywhere. There's not, but like we've had some fruit flies lately, and just because we brought in like some tomatoes from the garden, and I just feel like I'm always seeing a bug out of the corner of my eye. Sometimes it's just some fuzz. Marielle says the wings would be so cute. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. We've been having fun playing around with these. So I'll have to like maybe I'll take the Trace Me one. Maybe tomorrow or the next day or something. I'll put some paper down on top of this, and then we can kind of like sketch what some wings might look like, because then we can decide like where it goes and that sort of thing, and then we can trace it onto here and stitch it up. I think that'd be fun. Be a nice thing to try. Oh, Catherine says, I'm working on a baby quilt for a family member for the alphabet quilt. I am back on the jellyfish. Nice. But I have the ones done quilting, or done the quilted ones. I am so waiting for the quilt as you go for putting the blocks together. I know, we haven't gotten to that yet at all. I'm kind of wanting to do that this week. I mean, we'll see how this goes now if we like add extra things and stuff to it, but yeah, or like one of our free weeks coming up, we'll just have to spend some time on it, I think. Get that process going, because I'm going to have to review. Like, I don't think I even cut out all the pieces for that yet, or you know, I got to see where the status of that is. So I don't think I'm going to jump to this ear. I think we'll do that ear separately, like so it'll like float by itself. So we don't see a big jump behind it. So I'm just going to continue with the back stitch here. All right. We got his little tail. Wonder if we'll have enough floss for that, or if we'll have to get new by then. This one would be a cute one to fill in completely with stitches. It would take weeks to do, but it'd be fun still. All of these I think would be fun to fill in. That's a whole nother ordeal though, time-wise. I almost stitched I almost flipped this in the back and stitched through that too. That would be no good. we'd be pulling out some stitches there. Right. I think we'll start the tail because I don't want to go too far down this way because then I'll have to do the tail and then jump the rest of the way. I don't think we'll finish the tail though with this much floss. So I'll still jump around a little bit, I think. I think, yeah, we'll try one more stitch. All right, let's weave in that end. Okay. I have that other set of 3 strands here, so we'll get that out right away and weave in. Oops, I think I'm just gonna untuck some of those other stitches, but oh well, I think we'll be fine. There we go. We'll just start at the end here. I bet you there's some like weird little crocheted stitch we could do for the tail to have it actually be like a squiggly tail. But this is fine too. Alright, and then after the tail, I'm just going to go in the backs of the stitches quick just to like get me back to the base of the tail. I suppose I can just jump. I'll go a forward stitch here and we'll just jump over. I think it'll be hidden enough by the backs of these stitches. There, we'll go forward here and then work our back stitch again. We are getting to the feet where I wanted to do the satin stitch before stitching around here, so I'm kind of tempted to do, I don't know how that'll work. Tempted to do 2 needles like have, ooh, I thought I saw something up here. Through the back I can see there's a little knot, so I'm going to pull that out. Right here, what are you doing there? Oops. Ooh, I think it happened a little further back. I think we got it though, good enough. Maybe says this one's going to be quick. I think so. Which I'm excited about, because then we can maybe start the quilt as you go stuff this week too. Oh, Sharon says, I don't have this pattern, but I might get it. I bought the farm animal collection and love it. Oh, nice. Yeah, that has a little piggy in there too. Those ones are a little smaller than this guy. Ooh, Gina says drizzle stitch would be a perfect tail. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what that is. I stick to my little basics. So I'll have to look that up. Drizzle stitch. I'm gonna write that down. My little notepad here. I did check out that bracelet book website. That's a whole, I mean, it has some of the like knotted bracelets like what I used to do, but this has a whole other way to knot on a grid, so it's almost like cross stitch. And I forget what they called it, but that's a whole world that I've never seen before. So now I want to try making friendship bracelets again with that new to me method. I don't remember what it was called again either, though. I'll have to look it up. Okay, so here's where I kind of want to get the purple involved, like with another needle. So like I can just let this one hang out here, grab another one. Let's see. Okay. And if we get them purple little toes, here's a little bit of purple. And then I'll go over the toes with the pink outline after. So I still think I need to weave in the backs of those stitches though. Let's see how this goes. This is kind of goofy, but I'm giving it a try. Amy says you'd love that drizzle stitch. I've never done it, but I've seen it. Ooh, okay, definitely looking it up. All right, let's cut across this little foot. And actually, I'm gonna get this thread out of the way up there. Little cute triangles to stitch for his hooves. I might just jump over to that other side right away. I'm not going to split the stitches anymore. I'm getting lazy. We're just going to fill this in. Those lines will be covered up with pink. And let's get over here. Okay. And now I think, let's see, I think I'm going to just come up here and just kind of hold that needle there for a sec, and this is really weird. I don't know why you'd really need to do this, but we're trying something. So now I'm going to do the back stitch again with the pink. And then when we get over to here, I'll crawl over with that purple and do the rest of the purple. we're going to do these in just one big stitch, I think. Okay. There we go. See, it would be difficult to do the satin stitch with all these other stitches there. I'll do this one big stitch too, I think. I think we'll just come up here again. This is the kind of like that parking method. Let's see if I can go back in this exact same hole. There we go. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of go over the top here and no, I don't know if that worked really well. We'll just jump on over. And I'll probably end this purple here and we'll start fresh when we get over to there. Oh, Amy says I do this to park my needle. Yep, just parking it for a little. Ooh, Cassie Talk says I love the purple feet. Oh, the leaves on the other one were so cute. The leaves. I forget that one. All right, I'm getting a bit warm here. All right, let's get, I think you can use one more stitch in there. Although I suppose I could just park this a little bit more. I might have enough to get all the way over here and get one more foot. And this isn't that far to go behind the stitches in. Maybe I'll just let this hang out a little bit longer. This purple. There we go. All right, you can come up there. Boop. All right, and let's see if I can get in the same hole here. If not, I'll just have to take the needle off and pull. All right, cool. Got it. We'll continue with this color. This is fun. Haven't done this in a while. This is like a common practice for thread painting, or which is also called silk shading in embroidery, where you have a bunch of needles and you just park them. Because you'll have a lot of different colors kind of going at once, so you can blend things together. So versus changing thread and needles all the time, you can just park them and use them as you go. I think we will run out of thread before we get the other 2 feet done. But I think one more thing. Ooh, we might only have like one more thing of pink, because that's just about done here. So this might be the last dark pink thing we do without getting more floss. Yeah, I think we'll get one stitch here, and I'm going to weave in this end, and we're going to start fresh. see how far this purple can take us. All right, let's unpark this guy. All right, so like here I can just go through the backs of the stitches a little bit, travel along there, and we'll get this little foot. I don't know we'll make it to the other one, but yeah, that's unlikely. Yeah, we might be able to finish this guy really quick, so maybe we can even draw out like some wings and stuff tomorrow. That'd be kind of fun. Oh, thanks, Sharon. Sharon says, "Would like to thank you, Alyssa. It's so relaxing to watch you." I appreciate that. Yep, it's definitely my time to like chill for the day. Oh, the koala. You like the branches on the. Oh yeah, that was kind of fun. We blended all the colors together on that. Maybe we do. I don't know. We got a lot of extra floss, so we could do the P like that maybe and use up some old floss. I'm gonna jump over here. I'm just gonna jump across and see if I can get this last little guy with the tiny amount of floss I have left. It would be nice. I think his little stem is purple, but I'm thinking I have another little purple thread hanging around. Awesome. This is great. Now I don't have to deal with any of these satin stitches anymore. That's nice. Do need some more pink though. Alright. There we go, purple toes. Ooh, Cassie Talk says I started crocheting a cardigan with Christmas trees on. I am so close to just starting a sweater, like a knit sweater, which I've never done before. But I downloaded a pattern, or I bought a pattern. I just want to give it a try. Where there's a design on, like how you said that there's like Christmas trees. But I got so many other projects that I feel like I gotta finish first, like knitting projects and crochet projects. So I'm gonna do those first, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'm gonna put one of these away. I don't think we need 2 needles anymore. All right, let's get a little bit more pink, and we'll call it an evening pretty soon here. I think this is gonna be it for our pink. Ooh, not much at all. Let me see if I have a pink hanging out here. No, I don't think I have a dark pink in here. I'll have to go run get one. But I want it just like available. Like we ran out of this lime peel too, so I put like an extra skein there. So if we really need it, I can get it, but I don't have any pink in this bunch here, so I'll have to go grab some more. Oh, Amy says, winning at thread chicken. Nice, exactly. We'll probably actually use both of these too because this is pretty short. I'm thinking one for this and then one for the ear. Oh, and we still have the mushroom to do. Might need to get some more. Okay. Got these little guys. They're annoying. Boop. Alright, run my hand through that. I'm going to start where I left off here, I think. Oops. Didn't get it all there. Alright. One, two, three. I think we'll stitch through this thread and then call it a night. And then I suspect we'll still need another pink for the ear, so we'll do that tomorrow. Might need a little extra for over here too. We'll see. We got his little smile to do. Toesies are done. That's true, Amy, the mushroom can be any color, so we can look through our scraps for that. And we'll crawl up to the mouth. Yep, we are not going to win thread chicken for this, but oh well. We'll have to find a little bit more pink. I think there's a tiny bit in the scrap pile. Enough to like construct a couple stitches, I think. And we might have some left over after the ear too. Oh yeah, because we got to go around his nostrils yet too. So yeah, we'll need more for that for sure. I guess I'll have to go fetch some from the floss bins. I think we'll start crawling up around it right here. Alright, I think I got one more stitch in me here. Yep, let's weave in that end, and we'll call it a night. We'll pick up with some more pink tomorrow. Okay, so I think we'll stop right there for the night. So thanks again, everyone. I think we'll just hold off right here. But yeah, awesome. So we'll get back to the ear tomorrow with our last bit of pink, and then we still need more pink for here. But awesome, everyone. So have a lovely, lovely rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.